Today, I am shooting at CFBI, which is the Center of Black Innovation, right here in Overtown, supporting my community. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for all my newcomers, my name is Justina. I am a commercial photographer as well as the owner of Pose Pristina. If you are here, you're here because you know that I'm gonna give you guys some tips, especially for my beginner photographers out there. All right, so that's what this video is about today. I'm about to give you guys 5 tips that help me continue my journey. And it's gonna be exactly for my beginners. And if you've been doing this for a while, honestly, you could still utilize this. So let's jump right in. First tip off rip. If you got a camera, learn it. Okay? Learn it. What does that mean? That means you need to learn all of the settings, all of the buttons and what they do. Not only that, some people get away with not learning aperture and ISO and what's the other? Shutter speed. Yeah? If you don't learn those things, please hop on YouTube. Please hop on YouTube, because automatic is not gonna cut it for long term. Now, it's great to start off with it and see what those settings look like, just because like our cameras nowadays are very intuitive. So you could get and learn from your camera alone, but let's not bet everything on it. Cool? Great. So learn them buttons on the camera, learn what they do. You can hop on YouTube, learn ISO, which is the exposure triangle. If you have not learned about the exposure triangle, just let me know in the comments and I'll do a video on that. Now, my second tip is shoot as much as possible in natural light first. Here is why I say that. Because when you know the positioning of what the sun will do, then it will help you in the studio. It will help you understand how artificial light works. Now, I'm not saying avoid midday, which is that 11 to 4 mark in the sun, just because it's harsh, depending on what you use it for. It can be your friend. But as a beginner, most of the time, we don't know necessarily what to do with that. So what do I recommend? When shooting in natural light, you should either shoot in the morning, usually I would say before 9 a.m., depending on where your sun rises, and then also after more like 5 p.m. Those 2 times are your like golden hour. And if you don't know what that means, again, leave it in the comment and I will do a whole video on golden hour. I started off shooting outside and I can show you something now all around here. And my shoots were amazing, to say the least. Now, where I started versus where I am now, of course, a big difference. But all to say, I started in natural light first. And then I worked my way to studio photography and studio lighting and what most people say artificial lighting, okay? Start off with the gear that you have, okay? It is okay to utilize what you currently have, especially when you're in the learning process. Myself, I started off with a Canon 70D. Now, most people will be like, oh, that's a pretty decent camera. Yeah, it's a pretty decent camera. Absolutely. And then I outgrew it. And that's when you actually should switch. When you first start off, you want to focus on practicing as much as possible. Practicing your composition, practicing all of the different techniques that you can possibly gain as a beginner, because you want to outgrow your equipment, not use your equipment as your clutch. My next tip, which is tip number 4, is something that I probably live by the most because it's been the most beneficial, and that's find a mentor. that your mentor could be a friend, it can be a person that you just watch on YouTube, it can be actual teacher, and it can be a group of friends that share the same love that you have. You can literally learn from anybody and anywhere. You just have to be inspired by their work, inspired by what they teach, and you use that for inspiration. That's also how you develop your style. Make sure you don't be afraid to ask questions. The thing about learning is we don't know everything. I'm gonna say that again. The thing about learning is that we don't know everything. And mentors help you and they guide you through the process of making you better. And at the end of the day, we want to be better, don't we? All right, cool. So let's go. So I know I said everything that I said was important, but I promise you, this probably is the most important, okay? Stay learning, okay? Stay consistent. You wanna know why? It's because you get better as you constantly keep doing it over and over and over again. Picking up that camera every week is how I got better. Cause I kept picking it up. Now, granted, I was shooting anything and everything, and I don't mean actually shooting, guys. I meant like taking pictures, okay? Taking pictures. I know like photography language can be crazy a little bit, but I promise you, I just mean having a camera in my hand, nothing else, okay? Nothing else. But again, I stayed learning. I stayed consistent. I kept learning every day on YouTube. I kept books. Some people, I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. I definitely did purchase the book Photography for Dummies. I did that, okay? But look at where I'm at now. All of that effort that I put in, all of the investments that I put in makes me be here now. And I know that you guys can do the same. All you have to do is be consistent. So with this one, I'm gonna take this a little off because I gotta make sure that you guys understand this next one, okay? Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It is okay to make mistakes. Honestly, some of the best creativity that I've ever done has come out of making mistakes. And with making mistakes, also, I'm gonna say, don't be afraid to ask questions. You'll be surprised at how many people that will just easily give you information. I'm one of those, okay? I am one of those. And for probably half of this photography career, I was afraid to make mistakes, just like most people is. And it's okay, because those mistakes help me learn, Staying consistent to learn also means understanding that mistakes will be made, and that's okay. All right, I pretty much gave you everything that I used to start my journey, right? As well as continue my journey. And if there's any other questions that you want me to answer, just go ahead and leave a comment. I promise you, I will get to it for sure. Also, don't be afraid to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. My name is Justina, and thank you for supporting Pose Christina. See you next time.